Here we go. You awake there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm always
All right,
here.
fair enough. I was going to say, how you feeling? But apparently it's sleepy.
Tired. Yeah, we gotta stop doing this at 11:30 at night.
Well,
Pop's got a
I
bedtime.
don't know. Somebody drop a lot of money into my bank account so I don't have to work late anymore.
Somebody dropped a lot of money into my bank account, so I don't have to work.
Fair enough. I'll give you
Yeah.
that. All right,
Yeah.
well, week 15 done. Wild week. Got an even
Crazy.
crazier week 16 coming in. Also, this is the first time since 2016. I saw this today. No division winners going
From the
into week
previous
16 since 2016.
Wow.
Nobody has clinched a division.
Oh, nobody's clinched division. I was like previous season division winner. So Rams are
Oh,
leading.
sorry. No. Yeah, nobody's clinched a division yet. We have some people that have clinched playoff spots, but no official division winners yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say so in the AFC. To revert back to what I was saying, every division leader as of now is different than last year. But in the
Yes.
NFC, there's only one division. Same. Well, there's only one division winner.
One
who's
that's
not the
different.
same,
Yeah.
which is weird how that is.
It's the league of parity.
However, it can change very quickly, where the
Yes.
Eagles are the only one that is the same as last year.
Correct.
It should be interesting.
Which, speaking of which, doing this a little bit differently this week because, one, scheduling. Two, just an insane week.
Yeah, and we're
And
just
feel
getting,
like there's more that needs to be talked about in terms of playoff
yeah.
stuff rather than me trying to split hairs on tiers this week.
Yeah. Not only that, we're just getting close to the end of this. So there's different focuses at this point, and we kind of know where everything lies already.
Right.
And Ash just doesn't want to put the Ravens at the bottom.
I would have had both of us at the bottom if that makes you feel any better.
Eh.
We would have both been there. And if it would have been a tier, it would have been the somebody has to win it.
I thought that was the. Well, you should put the Bucks in that tier as well. Then
This is true.
I'd say also the Panthers, but you already eliminated them.
I did already eliminate them, and I still stand by that.
Interesting.
I do.
I don't. At this point, I don't necessarily agree with that.
We'll get to that game.
Yeah,
We'll get to that. We'll just wait. All right, but the big news from this past weekend, Kansas City Chiefs are done officially.
So, I'd like to cash my check for my preseason prediction that the Chiefs would not make it to the AFC Championship because they can't even have a chance to get there.
I mean, that's something. That's one way to go about it. Also, like I'm just gonna say, doesn't it? It feels kind of weird that this is the way that they went out.
I mean, they were playing like shit all year.
I agree with that, but like even with all of that, like with it ending with Mahomes blowing out his knee, it just doesn't feel. It still doesn't feel right.
No, I mean that in and of itself feels wrong. Obviously, when your star player, the face of the sport, gets
Exactly.
hurt,
Like that's
that
a little
just
bit.
feels wrong in general.
Yeah,
Especially like the time of year when it happened. It happens at the end of the season. Now you have a shortened time frame to be ready to go by week one.
exactly.
Will he do
like
it? I don't know. But
if that game would have finished the same exact way, but with Mahomes playing that game, then I feel like it feels better as just not being a Chiefs fan, you know what I mean? But because it ended the way it did with him getting hurt, and then it's like Gardner Minshew comes in, it's just like, well, you know, maybe they would have actually had some life kind of thing. But like,
well, to be fair,
they hadn't
could've-
played well.
Not only that, they also in that game specifically at the very end when Minshew did come in, they could have just played it safe, kicked the field goal, and went to overtime, and they didn't do
Yeah.
that. That's on coaching which is what it was
Which
the
again,
entire
though,
year.
too. I mean, yeah, I mean, there were a lot of issues with that, but even still, like you kind of go, all right, well, Mahomes is gone. Do we take our chances with overtime, or do we try to win it here? I feel like that one felt like you got to try to win it here.
I mean, at this point, you don't have a passing game, you don't have a rushing game, so
This is true. Yeah, no, I agree with it. It just felt weird. But aside
yeah,
from that, yes, there are a lot of issues with that team. However, did you see the parallels on Mahomes and Brady's
yes,
career? Even more
yeah.
so.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Same
So dumb.
season,
I don't want. I don't.
like just
Except
insane.
Brady's came in like week 2, whereas Mahomes
Yes,
came in
correct.
15.
Exactly. Yes, but also, still technically speaking, just like Brady did in his 22-year career, 23-year career, however long it was, Mahomes is still not taking a snap while being mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Just like, I mean, granted, now if he does it for another 14 years, he'll match Brady, which is, again, insane that that's a thing. The craziest stat I think I've ever heard. But yeah, I mean, they got a lot to do in terms of soul searching a little bit here. That
Yeah,
pass rush.
the secondary.
Again, I don't know if it's as much the secondary as much as it was
Outside of-
not being able to generate a pass rush. I mean, when you're giving
Sure.
guys time to throw, if you're not getting, I mean, they're in the bottom third in pressure rate.
Yeah,
If you're giving
but
guys time to stand back there and throw and time for guys to get open as a play breaks down kind of thing, like it makes it a lot tougher on the secondary. So I'm not going to kill the secondary on that as much as you're trying to rely on 34-year-old Chris Jones on the interior to be your pass rush.
yes. However, you also pay your secondary as much as they do to eliminate any of that. I mean, because you have how much money dumped into McDuffie. You have,
I don't think they're paying. McDuffie's only 25.
yeah, he's definitely on his second contract.
Yeah, but I don't think he's getting like an obscene amount because they let the other one. What's his name? The one that went to
Oh,
Tennessee.
I'm sorry, Trent McDuffie's still on his rookie contract.
That's what I thought. Yeah, he's 25. He's only 25.
Oh shit.
Who's the one that went to Tennessee? They let him walk.
They didn't. They traded him.
Did they trade him?
They
No, I
did.
thought they.
Nope, they traded him.
Who? Give me a name, please, because I'm completely
I'm
blanking.
pulling it up now because I'm also blanking.
L'Jarius Sneed.
Yes.
God, that was difficult.
Yes.
Was that a trade?
Yes.
Yeah, because he was older when they did move him, didn't they? Or no? Was it a sign and trade?
It was a sign and trade, but they traded him. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, because he was like due for a deal kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they wanted to, they could move McDuffie
I
this
guess-
offseason.
So I guess
I saw that get put up.
I'm sorry. I'm backtracking. I'm thinking of their old secondary. They have
Yeah,
they have a very young, inexperienced secondary at this point, and to that effect as well, when your oldest secondary member is Trent McDuffie
who is very good.
or Mike Edwards. Mike Edwards is like what 27, 29. So those are your two like guys.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Watson is 27 as well. Oh, I guess he's a bit
If
older.
I had to rank the Chiefs' issues / shortcomings this year, it is number 1, pass rush.
And
Number
their pass
2,
rush is
run
just-
game. Number 3, O-line. And that was even just kind of weird because it was a lot of injuries and weirdness in terms of a rotating starting 5 on that O-line.
Sure.
And even then I would go probably receiving group.
No, I wouldn't. Your
And
receivers were
then
fine.
I would put
No,
they're fine, but
no,
like,
no. Your corners, you don't have anybody. There's nobody there outside of McDuffie
I
who's worth
mean,
a damn.
well, let's go through
It's
their
just
games here.
it.
I just want to look at this for a second. Sorry,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No. I mean,
Well, I'm looking stuff up while I'm letting you talk. That's why I'm saying that.
fair enough. It's just when, sure, on paper the numbers look fine because you're not allowing as many points comparatively. You're playing a lot of close games, but yes, I get your point about pass rush. If there was more of a pass rush, secondary would do a better job. But they didn't bring anybody in ever to replace the guys that were playing up to par.
Where
Like Justin
where do you
Reed.
think the Chiefs ranked in passing yards a game?
I don't know. Probably like middle of the pack. Like 13.
14.
14. Yeah.
14. They
but-
gave up 204 passing yards a game.
I don't give a shit about that.
Fair
Compare
enough.
that to the pass. Compare that to the Chiefs defense last year and the year before. The teams that
Again,
took
but
them
that's
to
when
the
you
Super
still
Bowl.
had you were
Precisely.
getting a pass rush. Like Karlaftis has been in and out of the lineup this year, if I'm not mistaken. He's been dealing with injuries. Chris Jones was also a year younger and having a better year last year. Like they're not winning up front.
But also
That's been the biggest thing.
Look at who's left the secondary and look at what they brought in. It's not a one-for-one value because they can't afford it. Because they're paying Chris Jones, because they're paying their O-line, because they're paying...
Yes. Well, they're paying Chris Jones an insane amount of money. They're paying Mahomes a ton of money.
To a big deal.
He got a big deal, but it's more so Chris Jones, Travis Kelce, Mahomes.
Mahomes isn't even that bad anymore.
It's comparatively for a quarterback, but it's still a lot of money.
Sure.
Like most of their money is tied up into like 4 or 5 players on that team, with the biggest ones being Chris Jones. I don't know what Kelsey's is at exactly.
I don't know. Nick Bolton got a decent deal.
He's got a big deal. I mean, who's the other one that I'm thinking of? Oh, Rashee Rice got paid.
Yeah, but
So that's part of it too. Yeah, he got.
did he? I don't think he did. Now you're gonna make me look this up.
I am gonna double check that one. He got a good deal because
He's still on his
didn't.
rookie contract.
He didn't get the extension. Are you sure about that?
Yes. He's like on his 3rd year.
Are you sure he did not get his contract,
I'm
his
so
extension?
sure.
Why do I remember him getting a
I
deal?
don't know. I do
I thought
not
he
know.
got mixed in with that. I don't know. We're all over the place on these guys too. Anyway, I don't know. I still think their biggest issues are pass rush and running game, and they can address both of those very
Yes,
quickly
their
in
running
this coming
game's
draft.
major issue. But
Extremely. And
I think
there's
their
a lot of
secondary needs to be
solid
heavily
pass
addressed
rushers.
as well. There's solid. I don't know. They're in an interesting position to draft as high as they are in a draft class that is down for sure on high end guys. This isn't.
it's a weird draft where I feel like there's a lot of good players in this draft, but they're not at prime
That's what I'm saying.
first round draft pick positions.
So there's good players. There's not a lot of high end caliber guys. Like there's not enough true first round talents. Is what I'm saying. Like sure, you're gonna be at pick. I don't know, anywhere from probably like 11 to 15, depending on how the end of your season goes. So you're looking at maybe the 4th pass rusher off the board at best.
That's why I think what they could do is
maybe the 3rd best D tackle. Maybe it's.
That's
weird.
what I was going to say. Is like what I feel like is.
No, you could probably get Peter
weirdly
Woods.
what they
He's
could
sliding,
do.
so that'll be the best one.
Hear me out on this one. They draft at roughly 12
Sure.
and just say fuck it. There's not key positions available, kind of thing. Like
You're
no
gonna say
edge rushers.
I
No.
know you're gonna say
Jeremiah
Jeremiah Love.
Love. Jeremiah Love. And then you move on draft night. You trade McDuffie
So you
to get back into the first.
to get even worse at a position of need.
Or you
That doesn't make sense. I'm
again.
sorry. That's
I'm
a bad
not.
business deal.
I don't feel the same way about their secondary as you do. This is from my perspective of I don't think the secondary is that bad, and Spags has done a really good job with secondary pieces.
Yeah, Spags is Spags. He's always going to be a good coach. But I'm
Exactly.
saying you're
So
going to
what
get
I'm
rid of
saying
your
is you
best
can
player in the secondary. That's going to make it significantly worse. You're not going to do anything to fill those voids. You're going to take that to draft the seventh
do
best
it-
edge rusher now.
well hear me out on this one
That
because
doesn't make sense.
you're not only doing it to get back into the first round to get another at least another day one pick for this year. You'll get a future pick.
Regardless of that, I'd rather have.
And you save the money on paying McDuffie.
They're going to be saving money no matter what, because Kelsey's retiring at the end of this year. If you don't agree with the Chris Jones contract, you can cut that, save money there. You can save money truly if you want to. That's not an issue. That's not going to be an issue. Plus, I'd rather keep my best defensive player on that roster than sacrifice him for, like I said, the seventh best edge rusher in a good player class. Period. I'm sorry. To me that's a bad business deal.
Yeah, because I don't feel the same way about it. Like, we crushed the Cowboys for moving Parsons.
Correct, yeah.
But granted, that's a very different player than what McDuffie is. McDuffie is a very good corner. He's a top, 6 corner?
I'd say top 10.
6'8"? Okay, yeah, fair enough,
10.
regardless.
I'd say 10. 10 to play fair.
And if you're able to move him for 2 firsts at 25 years old,
you're not
and
getting
you
2
don't
firsts out of him. That's the difference. Especially on an expiring contract, you're not getting 2 firsts on a guy on an expiring contract.
That's what
in the last year of his deal.
Now, granted, that's
Parsons
what Sauce
is
Gardner
different.
just went for.
Sauce is on his second deal.
He's still 25. He had just signed the extension.
Yes, that's already done.
He has.
Yes, you
that
have
is fair.
him guaranteed
But-
locked up, and he's worth 2 seconds because he's a top 3 corner. McDuffie's a top 10 corner, like we just established. Maybe you get a day 2 pick because he's
before
on
he got
expiring
moved
deal.
to Indy. Before he got moved to Indy, Sauce was not playing as well as McDuffie has.
No, but he was also on the Jets with a bad.
Yeah, no, I get that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, like, you can.
Plus,
If you floated him out there, somebody's biting on that.
I also don't agree with the price point that the Colts paid to get Sauce. I personally, if I was a GM, I would never do that trade. That is a bad investment, period. GMs need to be on the side of making good deals. No GM truly is ever going to trade for Trent McDuffie, not even for a first-round pick, because he's on an expiring deal. Maybe you get a second-rounder straight up. Maybe. Because what did Snead get? Snead got a 3rd and a 5th. It's the same situation. Exact same.
Snead was older.
Maybe by a year. Maybe.
He was. I mean, how old is Snead now?
28.
I think he was looking for a 3rd deal, was he not?
No. That was his first deal. He's 28. About to be 20.
Okay, fair enough.
So he was 26 when that happened.
26, turning 27.
No, he just turned 26 when that happened, I think. Or he just turned 27.
That was after the...
So,
it was 2 years ago, right?
yeah, I believe so. So he might have just turned 27.
Like, including this year. So this was, I was going to say, he had just turned, or he was about to turn 27, something like that. Or was turning 27.
I'll tell you right now.
I don't know. Regardless,
Yeah, he just
the Chiefs are dead,
for that.
and the AFC is wide open, which takes me to the next game that I feel like is relevant to talk about, staying in the AFC. Bills have to make the AFC or make the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They have to.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely have to. With no Mahomes, no Burrow, the Ravens are whatever is going on there. There is no reason that that Josh Allen should not get this Bills team to the Super Bowl. And I'm going to say it right now. I don't think they're going to.
I think it's a different
And
beast.
that's not a shot. Weirdly enough, it's not a shot at Josh Allen. I don't think this team is good enough. I think despite what they've looked like the past 2-3 weeks, and especially this past week, I don't think Josh Allen save us is sustainable because he's shown it this year. He is susceptible to the multiple turnover game, and they struggle.
So here's the major issue with the Bills right now, is that they are in 5th place in the AFC.
Yes.
Josh Allen has never won a road game in the playoffs in his career.
Nope.
He's
And
0-4.
that's what I'm saying. If they stay as the 5 seed, if the Steelers win the division, he breaks that trend. I think if they have to go to Baltimore,
I don't even think. Week 1, I don't think it matters if they play Baltimore or if they play Pittsburgh, because this Baltimore team is a lot worse than they were week 1.
Again, I think I think if they have to come to Baltimore, it's going to be one of those weird ones where it's like it makes no sense. I won't be able to explain it, and the Baltimore could get blown out the very next week by
regardless, none of
literally
that,
anybody else in the AFC playoffs.
None of that matters to me. That is not the team that I'd be worried about. The only team truly that I'm worried about Josh Allen going up against, honestly, in the playoffs is Denver. That is it. Every other team I'm not that concerned about because of Denver's defense, and you have to go to Denver to play that game. That is it.
Honestly, there's several teams that match up well, I think.
I think Denver's the scariest of the bunch because this is why I say that you haven't played Denver this year. You've played Baltimore. You've played Pittsburgh. You've played New England twice now. And you beat them in New England. So
I'm going to just throw one out to you because they are still live to win the division. Houston. And you played them this year and you saw what that looked like.
Yeah, and that was another tough game. And the Bills were in a really bad spot there. I don't think Houston's winning
but
that
what I'm
division
saying,
at this point.
I don't think so either, but if they were to cross paths, I think Houston matches up well, obviously, well against the Bills. The Patriots definitely match up well. This past week, again, I've been saying it for weeks now, you're kind of waiting for the slip up in the Patriots. It happened to be this past week. Bills were more desperate to stay alive for the division, potentially, and they still can win the division. They need New England to lose two out of their last 3, I believe, right? Yeah, because they finished with the Jets and the Dolphins. And Patriots have the better... Exactly. And Bills had that slip up to the Dolphins.
Yeah, again.
Kind of thing. So, they desperately needed that game. Patriots match up well. I think the Jags match up well on the defensive side of the ball with the Bills. It's a good defense, and they're run-centric, and that Bills run defense is not good.
I don't know. I think the Bills are going to be fine to win at least a game. I think getting to the Super Bowl, playing 3 games on the road is going to be a lot tougher for them in general. Just, it doesn't really matter. I do think that they can still get to the conference championship. At bare minimum, they'll win a game in the wild card. But I still think, regardless, it is going to be seen as a disappointing end to their season one way.
It has
and
to
I like
be.
the Bills. And I like the Bills a lot. It's tough for me to see a good end to their season. Because even
Yeah,
then,
I mean,
even if
it
you make the
is.
Super Bowl, it doesn't matter team. It doesn't matter because the team that you match up against, they're gonna beat the shit out of you. That
Yeah.
is how I feel about whatever team makes it out of the AFC. Unless you somehow are
Mm.
facing the Eagles, that team is going to bully you.
But even that, at that point too, if the Eagles run the table in the NFC, like you're gonna like, we'll all talk ourselves into.
Well, the difference
Well,
is the
here's that
Eagles are
Eagles
probably
roster again.
they're probably going to have to go on the road. They're not going to face
Yeah,
every game at home.
but what I'm saying is, and even more so, if they somehow run the table in the
Well,
NFC,
what
it's
I'm
a
saying
long
is
way away. But
they're not going to. That's
no,
long story
I am
short.
in
I
agreement
don't
with
see
that.
that.
Yeah,
But if they do, yeah, they're going to be a tough opponent regardless. However, if you play the Rams, you're going to get bullied. If you play the Seahawks, you're going to get bullied. Tampa Bay, no, you'll be fine. We've seen that story.
that's fair. Yeah, no, I like I said, like I just feel like they have the most pressure of any team in the playoffs right now,
I agree.
or
Yeah,
is going to be in the playoffs
yeah, I
by
agree.
far.
Yeah,
And I still think he could go sideways on them. And like I said, like I just if Ravens pull off winning the division and the Buffalo has to go to Baltimore, I think you're going to see a week of team and coaching staff putting their differences aside and selling out for that game.
potentially.
Those two teams don't like each other, and
Yeah.
the Ravens are holding that grudge.
Listen,
from I mean, you saw it in week one up until
yeah,
they took their foot off the gas and everything like that. Like they were having fun.
they
beating
were,
up
and
on
then
that Bills team.
and then they made
And
a lot of
then
mistakes.
Harbaugh decided to just go, we're just not going to do anything for the rest of this game. We're just going to try to coast and play prevent, and it was a nightmare from there. But
Unfortunately for you, you have a long road to go to get to that point.
yeah,
Unfortunately. But regardless, yeah, that's enough about
that's a
the
whole
Bills.
other thing. Yeah, which now let's get into this one here. Let's just get into the AFC North here real quick. We'll do this briefly.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll just run through it. The outcomes, at least from the Ravens' perspective, are go 3-0, win the division, make the playoffs. Go 2-1, and one of those two wins has to be against the Steelers, and you make the playoffs. Go 1-2. Steelers need to go 0-3, and which would coincidentally mean the Ravens' one win is against the Steelers. I'm going to be honest. This is going to reveal picks a little bit later. I do think that the Ravens are going to go 2-1 in this stretch.
Sure.
It's not going to be this week. I don't think it's going to be this week. I don't feel good about this one.
I'm 100% with you on.
They proved me wrong
again,
on this one. Fine, whatever. I think next week is the one that they steal.
Sure.
I think there is an emotional uplift on the Packers this week. They sell out this week with the two big injuries that they suffered, and then they have the emotional letdown next Saturday. If I had to see how this one played out, and because you guys got the first one, like we always say, no matter what happens, we always split. We always split. So
But for you,
that's how I see this division shaping out.
Yeah.
And that's, again, not even as a homer. That's just kind of how I see the rest of this season playing out. I'm going to watch Sunday night. I'm going to be pissed off Sunday night. That's where we're at on that. But
yeah, and at that point, you'll have a good idea of what needs to happen. Because if the Steelers happen to win Sunday afternoon, which you don't believe is going to happen, clearly, I have some other opinions and thoughts, but I'm also hesitant on said opinions and thoughts.
Yeah,
and
if you guys win on Sunday, that really puts a real wrench into it.
Yeah, like I was mentioning earlier before we hopped on here. Because following week, the Steelers get the Browns. I like that matchup a lot for them for obvious reasons. And then
Mhm.
week 18, it's the big one. So
Yeah, that's
we'll
the thing. The Steelers
just
do
kind of
have to
see.
lose one of these next two. They do have to. That's the other part of it too. It's like the
Yeah,
Steelers do need to lose one of the next two.
for sure. You're banking on it being
Which I
this
don't think I
weekend.
said. I don't think I said that. Yeah,
You didn't
the
say
Ravens,
anything on
it's
the
3-0
Steelers.
went. Yeah, it's the if they go 2-1, Steelers need to go 1-2 because if they win this week, they have the second tiebreaker, which is common opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, no, that would get them to
Tying the tiebreaker.
a tie. They win next week. That gets them to a tie on divisional, which is the first tiebreaker. And then it goes to conference. And so it's division, common opponent, conference. They tie on those two, the division and common. Steelers have the conference one locked up. Like that one's not close.
Yeah.
Steelers are 7-3 in the conference. Ravens are 5-5. They have no way to catch up on that one.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. It's like this one is very big. They have to lose one of these next two if the Ravens were to lose a game.
Which in
Kind of
both of
thing.
our
So,
things we feel that's going to happen. Yeah, but yeah, let's move on.
and
Let's
that's
get
the
over
other
this.
thing that we were talking about too. So it's like if both of these teams lose this week, not if they both lose. If the Ravens win, Steelers lose, week 17 means nothing. Meaning that the Steelers and Ravens could rest starters in week 17 for the week 18 game,
Just for fun.
which is absolutely bananas.
It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And I don't know
All
if
right, let's
it
jump to
has
the.
ever happened.
Yeah, that's such a weird one. Let's jump to the NFC side of this. Packers, like we were just talking about.
Lost Micah
Speaking
Parsons
of
for the
teams
year.
that we feel really rough for, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how you, just as a football fan, I know you were hating on the Packers all year, but like,
I wasn't hating on them. They're fine.
you got to feel for the Packers and
Mm-hmm.
Packers fans in this spot. Because now we're looking at the Packers of last year. And it felt like with Parsons, you were getting over the hump. And that was the difference maker you had on the defensive side of the ball. He is now done for the year. And even in that game, I mean, you're up 8 or up 9 in that game. Love takes the shot on the deep ball. Really good play by Pat Surtain because it's Pat Surtain. Like, I'm not going to crush Jordan Love for that throw by any means. It was a good ball. It was, worth the shot kind of thing to kind of break that game open. Pat Surtain just makes a great play on it. And then just all of the worst things that could have possibly happened with the interception and Watson getting hurt on that play.
Yeah.
And then it completely shifts momentum and Broncos take over from there.
Yeah, it was a rough game for them, all in all. There's not a whole lot you could do with that.
Really a rough quarter and a half to end that game.
Yeah. Broncos just flipped the momentum and took advantage of it, and that's what you want. I mean, Broncos, for every negative thing I've said about them all year, they've kind of proven me wrong week over week. Like Bo Nix on Sunday had a perfect game. That's what we were saying. He needed to have a perfect game, and he did.
That is the best football game he's played in his life.
Yeah, and everything that he needed to do, he did, and good on him. They won that game because of that. And seeing that they can do that against the best teams in the league, it's scary, man. It is scary. That's like the 2015 Broncos. You have the best defense, a serviceable offense, and this offense is better than that offense was. It
really is.
be.
Like, Bo Nix is becoming like a really tough one to figure out because again,
he's Jordan Love. He's the new Jordan Love.
I was high on them last year because of the schedule, because of Sean Payton and that marriage, everything like that. And then I wasn't buying into it this year. You and I both thought they were going to fall off, and it looked like they were skating by for the first, 10, 12 weeks. And then in the last month, Bo Nix has played some of the best football of his life, with this last game being, again, and he was good at Oregon. I don't think he's ever had a game. I don't think he's ever had a game like he's had 3 of the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
The Chiefs game, he was awesome. This past weekend he was unbelievable. The Commanders, he played a very good football game.
Yeah. I mean,
they were in that game more so because of him than anything else.
Yeah. The more this season has gone on, he has looked more composed. He's looked better. He's making better decisions. Part of that is also just why am I mixing
coaching?
his name? Yeah, it's coaching in general. I was trying to go specific there, but
that defense is unbelievable, but Sean Payton is getting every ounce of good out of Bo Nix at this point.
Yeah, I think part of it is simplifying play calling a bit and just learning what Bo Nix's strengths are, because at the beginning of the year you weren't doing that. Leaning into those strengths is really what's going to improve that offense, and it has greatly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Sean Payton is a pretty polarizing coach. Obviously, I like him more than you do.
Sure.
And I completely understand people that don't like Sean Payton, because he is definitely full of himself. But there is kind of that, you can see the vision of why he likes Bo Nix so much, because it's undersized, accurate guy, like Drew Brees a little bit. Nobody's ever going to be as accurate as Brees ever was. But it's what he doesn't have in the accuracy part, he more than makes up for with his athleticism. He is sneaky mobile.
Yeah. Okay.
Crazy. But wild game. Sorry.
Speaking of wild games, no, I'm just going to kind of go into...
Oh, you're moving on to the next one, too?
Yeah, the NFC West. The tightest division in football between the top 2 guys. I mean, that's a lot. There's just as
top
tight
3.
divisions, but technically 3.
There are...
the Niners still have a chance in a way, but it's truly a 2-man race here between the Rams and the Seahawks. Winner of this game is going to win the division. Not only that, they're going to win the NFC West, which, obviously.
Well, not necessarily.
More than likely. But that'll
do you know who has the best record, best divisional record of those 3 teams right now? Niners are 4-1 in division right now.
Stupid. Who the Rams?
They get Seattle week 18, don't they? Yeah. Seattle's 2-2 in division. Rams are 3-1. Niners are 4-1. Oh my God! Who did the Rams get the last 3 weeks?
Seahawks.
They have 2 more.
This is the Rams'
It
last.
looks different, but
So if the Rams win this, they will all but secure the number 1 seed in the NFC. In my
potentially, depending on what the Bears, depending on what the Bears do this week.
I'm just looking ahead at their schedule. They play the Falcons, Cardinals in the year.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, just kind of looking at that and being a little predictive. This is their make or break. You beat the Seahawks, you're good. Everything runs through LA, which isn't a big deal, but
I would have to look at I have to do quick math on common opponents, for the sake of what the landscape looks like if the Seahawks do win this game.
It'll be a little tighter. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'm trying to do math on that right now while also looking to see if Puka's playing this week.
I haven't heard anything that he hasn't. That would have been announced already. They announced
That's
today
what I
this morning.
thought. I just didn't see anything. Right.
Yeah, that would have been a
Gotcha.
big news.
I just wanted
thing.
to double check that.
But yeah,
So, who did the NFC West get this year? Do you know off the top of your head? Had to be, what is that, AFC West? No.
They got the AFC South. Because Rams opened the
AFC
year
South?
against... Correct. Rams opened the year against the Texans Titans, then played the Colts week
And then-
4. Jags
Gotcha.
week 7.
And then, who did they get in the NFC? Was that NFC South? Did they get both South divisions? Yes.
Yeah.
NFC South. All right.
And the Rams...
Got it. All right.
only
Continue your
lost
thought on the Rams. I'm going to look at their records here real quick.
Yeah, Rams are 3-1 against the NFC South, 4-0 against the AFC South. I'll save you that trouble.
All right. Well, so they're 7-1 in common opponents. Seattle is
they lost to the Bucks. They're also
they lost it. Oh, that's right. I
They're
forgot about
also
the Bucks.
7-1, and their only team to play is the Panthers, or the Rams' only team to play is the Falcons. So they're both even. They're tied.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
They're tied.
All
in
right.
everything.
So yeah, it's going to get weird, and they're tied in everything. I was just
The
going to say,
only
yeah, their
thing- the
conference
only thing
records
the
are the same
Rams
right now
hold-
too.
Yeah, the Rams just hold head to head. That's it.
That in division right now, but again,
Well,
that could
That could change
Seahawks
it
when
up.
they tie that too.
Yeah. And, well, they go ahead of them because they have a better record at that point. But regardless of all of that, doesn't really matter.
No,
Just-
they'd be tied across the board again.
No, well, they're both 11-3.
Oh no, technically conference record.
They're both 11-3. If the Rams lose on Thursday,
Oh yeah,
they'd move to 11-4.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, we're good. Catch up. Come on.
My bad.
Um,
I'm sorry. There's a lot. I'm trying to do too much math right
it's
now
late.
and trying to figure out
It's
too many different individual records, and it's not going well.
of course.
All right,
The only
done
other
with last week.
yeah, done with last week. Getting
Sorry.
into this week, I was just gonna say also plays into this week is another divisional matchup in the NFC South, which is the Panthers Bucks. This is like a pivotal game here to see who's going to secure that division.
I was gonna say Packers Bears too.
And the Packers Bears, like that's another one. There's a lot of pivotal games in the NFC this week. If the Packers
There's what?
beat the Bears,
5 teams. Hold on. 5 teams that are still live for the 1 seed in the NFC.
which is insane.
Technically speaking, I think. Are the Lions still live
No,
for a 1 seed? I'm just looking at
No.
their record right now.
they have too many.
With 3 weeks to go.
head-to-heads.
If they go 3-0 and they go 0-3,
Because they
I was
lost,
going to say,
so
that one's the one
they
weird
lost
one.
to the Rams. So even if everything
True.
else messes up,
Yeah. Okay.
everybody's
Gotcha.
head-to-head. So they're
I
down
forgot
to
about
the
that.
one
Yeah.
seed.
Yeah.
Regardless,
But Rams,
let's-
Bears, Seahawks, Niners, and Packers are all still live for the 1 seed.
yes. So with that being said, let's hop into Week 16. Have a couple discussions here.
Yes. Thank you.
We will
All right.
start.
Do we want to start with tomorrow night?
No, because we're going to talk about that game here in a little bit.
Well, we're jumping into.
Are we jumping into picks? Is that what you're doing? Or are you jumping into all the games?
Oh, do we want to do the games that we're not talking about
Yeah.
first?
Oh, I feel like
All
we
right.
should.
I gotcha. We're doing this like normally. I thought we were jumping right into picks.
No, we'll
My bad.
give a little bit of
My
insight.
bad.
You're good. Well, anyways,
My bad.
let's jump into the Week 16 picks here. Not picks, but
Yes.
Week 16 games here real quick. Starting off with the Bills-Browns on Sunday. I mean, this one's a little obvious.
Potentially
No, we're
not.
not.
Potentially not.
Okay, we're just going to
Potentially
keep
not.
moving on.
Potentially not. Let's go Eagles Commanders.
Eagles Commanders. Yeah, the game's pretty simple. I didn't want to jump in there because I wasn't sure what your finalized there. This is an interesting spot. Commanders.
I'll take care of
are-
the games that we go to. How about that?
Yeah, that's good. You know everything. The Commanders are on a little
I
bit of
have
a
more games that I have to talk about.
heater here. and by that I mean they won last week. So
I was going to say, it's not a heater. They got shut out 2 weeks ago, and
they won last week.
They won last week.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
They are going up against the Eagles. They were in the spot a year ago, and they beat the Eagles because Kenny Pickett came in for Jalen Hurts and lost that game through one of the most egregious picks I've ever seen. So I don't necessarily think this is the same spot here.
Kenny Pickett is such a bad football player.
So bad at life. But anyways,
I'm sure he's fine in his normal life, but his football life is just.
I think he's worse.
Stop.
Honestly, I think he's worse.
I've never heard him speak outside of football.
I can only imagine
I have
how
no
bad
idea.
it is. Anyways, that's enough about him.
I mean, he's from Jersey.
Yeah, awful. I kind of like. I don't hate the spot for the Commanders here, if I'm being honest. It's a weird game in general.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, I feel like this is one of those weird spots where, like, in terms of, like, from a betting perspective, I feel like the Eagles, like, you're getting a couple points because the Commanders did look good this past week.
Correct.
But you're also, I feel like the Eagles are being mildly overvalued at the same time, too.
Correct.
Because they dominated the Raiders.
Yeah. I mean, if the Eagles do win this week...
The Raiders are just bad.
Yeah. It's also true. If the Eagles do win this week, they do officially clinch the division.
Yes.
Or if the Cowboys lose, they clinch the division. Until that happens.
Yes.
It's still up in the air, even though it's basically all but settled.
Mm.
All right. Where are we going?
Yeah, I mean, like... Yeah, I don't have much else to say about that one.
Yeah, it's just beating a dead horse.
Jets Saints, I mean, who cares? Outside of the fact that... Hold on.
Go ahead.
No, but do you know what like a weirder side of this? Before last week, you could get Tyler Shuck 200-1 to win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
What's it at now?
Do you know what he is now? 16-1.
16-1.
He went from plus... What was that? What would that be? What, 20 plus 20,000 or plus? Yeah, no, plus 2,000, plus 2,000,
plus 2,000, yeah.
20,000,
20,000. Well,
plus 2,000, yeah, plus 2,000. No, yeah, plus 20,000 to plus 1,600.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, but like because this. When it comes to Offensive Rookie of the Year, I don't know if Igbokwe was the runaway favorite for a while, but he's cooled off a lot.
I think it'd be
that's
Ted.
Like the one weird storyline. Tet, I think, might be.
That's who I would put my money on.
No, you know who the favorite is now?
Who?
Travion Henderson.
Interesting. See,
no. Travion Henderson is the favorite right now at plus 185, Igbokwe at plus 205, Tet 250. This is according to DraftKings. Jackson Dart plus 550, Tyler Warren plus 1,500, Shuck at 2,500. So according to DraftKings, he's 25-1. This was one of the other podcasts. This might be, I forget what book they use, but the one guy on there bet him before last week at 200-1, just throw it in there kind of thing, just for fun. But again, he had super long odds, and then after that win, because he could stumble into a good stretch here to finish off the year and potentially put himself in position to win it.
They play the Jets, Titans, Falcons. If they win all three of those games, they go 7-10 to close out the year. You're picking probably at best 10th, at best. And Shuck is the starting quarterback for next season. I think he's already secured that job. So, regardless
100% there. But like he could stumble his way into Rookie of the Year.
Just because the offensive side is so bad. Like, I didn't like the offensive side. I didn't like any of the rookies this year for picks. I really didn't.
I mean, well, we all jumped on
Genty.
I mean,
Jumped
you
on
were
Genty,
on Ashton Genty.
and
I
I
was
wrong.
on Tyler Warren because I thought he could put on a really weird stat line, which
He did. He did it first.
he's got it's not the weird stat line that I thought he would put up, but like
I see what
he's
you're
having a good year. You
I
know what I'm
see
saying?
what
Like when we did it, I was like, he could give you 850 receiving and then give you like another 350 rushing out of nowhere kind of thing. But
Yeah.
like he's having a good year. Like I don't know where he's at in terms of like even if you just went, I mean he's 30th in the league right now in receiving yards,
That's fair.
which would put him. He's what the
8th tight end, probably.
he's fourth among tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's fourth among tight ends right now. Like the only thing that's really killing him is he has, well, actually even touchdowns. I don't know what he's at. I'm very curious what he ranks among tight ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, no, he's much lower when it comes to touchdowns, but
Yeah,
still,
I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Rookie of the Year is always a tough one. I got pretty lucky last year with both of them, but it's crazy. I didn't
That's
realize
true.
I did that. I didn't realize I did that last year. Nice, good on me.
You did get both of them last year, didn't you?
I should have bet that.
He's also 26th in receptions. Tyler Warren is.
It's not bad. Anyways, let's move on.
Weird.
All
right, moving on.
Warren talk.
Yeah, moving on. Let's go to Chiefs Titans means nothing.
Chiefs Titans. Unfortunately, it does. Honestly, the Titans could win this game, and I wouldn't be shocked. But I would.
Yes.
But I also would still be
Yeah,
kind of
no,
shocked.
I thought about this one to bet it,
I don't want
and
to touch
also, I don't know. I think I think there's a very real
too weird.
possibility that like Mahomes was just masking a lot of issues.
We're gonna find out.
That's about all I have to say about that one. Is like we're really gonna see how bad the Chiefs roster is,
correct. Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Chargers Cowboys, fun
Okay.
game.
Interesting game.
Don't know what to do with any part of this game, if I'm being totally honest with you.
Yeah. I like the Chargers.
I want no part of this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would be on that side, but also at the same time, I don't want to touch anything with this.
I think Chargers just need to win this game, and they secure a playoff spot. I think that is correct.
It's
Oh no, because they lost to the Colts.
very
It's not
possible.
correct.
No. Yes. They, I think, would. I
They
don't
wouldn't.
think
They lost to the Colts, so Colts would still hold the tiebreaker. That's if the Colts win.
Did they play the Texans this year? No, they did not play the
Not
Texans.
yet. They play the Texans next week.
Okay, so so technically, I think the Texans would still be live as long as the Texans win this week. Yeah,
Colts. I'm talking about the Colts. Yeah.
to
So
pass
if the
them.
Colts,
and
if the
possibly
Colts
knock them
win,
out. Colts are the ones. Yeah.
and
Sorry,
the Chargers also win, it doesn't matter. It's a loss. The Chargers need to win the next two for them to be locked, regardless. Unless the Colts lose. If the Colts lose, move to 8-7.
Yeah.
Chargers win, move to 11-4. Then they win.
Yeah, I mean, again, we have two teams that have clinched a playoff spot,
Yeah, which is wild.
which is insane.
Quite wild.
Yeah. I do need the Chargers to win this game
To knock the Cowboys.
because I did bet. I just need the Cowboys to go 1-2 the rest of the way. Because I think I bet them under 7.5.
That's tough because the Cowboys play
checking
the
it.
Commanders, Giants.
Yeah, under
Yeah.
7.5. I feel like if they lose this week, they could definitely definitely lose one of those next two. I got one win to work with.
Potentially.
That would be nice.
Potentially.
But regardless, yeah, I don't know what to make of that game.
No.
Let's jump to Falcons Cardinals. Means nothing.
Same thing.
Don't want any part of
I'm
that.
with you on that one. And then
Yeah, that's a draft position game. And then Niners Colt.
Niners Colts. You tell me. I don't know. I'm following your lead here, buddy. Buckaroo.
Oh, okay. I was asking. That was me asking.
No,
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
not
Niners
touching
Colts.
on the
I don't know.
ball.
Okay, so like the Phillip Rivers thing. Yeah,
It's fun.
I didn't want to either. I think it's fun for sure. I don't know. Again, like
I think that's where it ends
Rivers
for me.
obviously didn't look great, but he also just walked off the street, literally, basically. And that here's my thing with that. I think it did give the Colts a little bit of juice,
Sure.
even though they lost that game. I think it's a lot easier to sell. Weirdly enough, I think it's easier to sell to your team signing Phillip Rivers rather than running out Brett Ripien or who's the other one?
Yeah, exactly.
Riley Leonard? No. Yeah,
Yeah,
Riley Leonard.
Riley Leonard. So
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the Colts' end of year schedule, and they were fucked. Chiefs, Texans,
absolutely
Jags,
brutal.
Seahawks, Niners, Jags, Texans.
Yeah, but you get Buckner back too last week. The defense looked good. Like the defense did look good. I do think it's such a weird read on it because the defense looked good. However, I do think that there was a part of the Seahawks that was just like, let's get out of here. Healthy, get a win. We'll live with, and it ended up being closer than they thought.
Mm-hmm.
But a very simple game plan to just get out of there with a win. Doesn't matter what it looks like, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like I feel
fair
like
enough.
that game was a win for both sides in different ways.
Fair enough. We'll see how much that plays into Monday night for Phillip Rivers here, old Phil.
Fair enough.
But in the meantime-
I would need to see another week of Phillip Rivers.
In the meantime, let's get into our picks.
So we're starting with. Just kidding.
Tomorrow night.
Before we do this, we got to recap. Damn, I keep forgetting to do that. Yeah, we're gonna do tomorrow night. But anyway, real quick, last week,
It's pain.
we were on the same sides of a lot of games. Again, it was basically a wash. I just got my underdog. You didn't, so I picked up 2.5 on you, bringing me to an even 202 on the year. You are at 173. My wins were Bills, Rams, and my underdog. Yours were Bills, Chargers, Rams.
Fair enough.
Yes. So, again, you're still alive with only being down 19, 3 weeks to go. These are a lot of points.
Anything's possible.
And I'm
With
going to
that
be
being
honest with
said,
you. I'm going to be honest with you.
We're going to be different on some of these
think-
games.
I think probably all of them.
I disagree. I think there'll be one game where the same one. Because we kind of touched a little bit onto it. But one of those games that we're not going to be the same on
Curious.
is
Oh, really?
tomorrow's game.
Damn.
Or, at this point, tonight's game.
Yeah, it's our new hate week.
Yeah, because I am on
That's true too.
the
Yeah,
team,
this
the team that
is our
I
new
picked.
hate week.
I'm on the team that I picked to win the Super Bowl. I'm on the team that I backed for the last decade and a half at this point. Give me the Rams. They are, regardless of Devontae being out, they've proven that it doesn't matter who's playing receiver for them. They can figure it out. And that's trust in the offense. That's trust in Sean McVay. The defense has looked very good over the entire course of the season. Yes, the Seahawks front seven is formidable. Their secondary is coming together, looking a lot better. However, their offense has been more up and down of late, which I don't love to see at this time of year. More playing a bit more inconsistent than what you expected to see and what you have seen to start the season. So I kind of like this spot for the Rams just because of that.
That's fair. I am on the Seahawks side of this.
As I expected.
No Devontae. No Devontae does hurt that red zone threat. However, I will say this is not. I'm not pounding my chest on this one by any means.
Oh, 100% no. This is a tough game. All of these games this week are tough.
Yeah, because I feel like this does feel like the Ravens Steelers where they're just going to split. But I would not be shocked if the Rams do sweep them because the Seahawks have been better on the road. Mm-hmm. And the other part of this, it's supposed to be rainy tomorrow night. And I feel like that does kind of bode a little bit better for the Rams. This turns into we have to run the ball a lot more game.
So I read something today. The Rams are
because the Rams have a two-headed beast right now with Williams and Corum.
That's what I was going into. They are the most efficient running game in the NFL right now. Mm-hmm. Both of their running backs are averaging 5 yards per carry.